I've been a kindergarten teacher for 11 years. I've seen everything. Kids who eat glue, kids who refuse to wear shoes, a kid who brought a live frog to show and tell and it escaped into the ventilation system and we didn't find it for 3 weeks. Nothing surprises me anymore, except Marcus. Marcus joined my class in October, and within the first week I knew something was off. He was too patient, too polite. He corrected my history lesson. He brought alien fruit for snack time, and his emergency contact number had 47 digits. Marcus arrived on a Monday with a brand new backpack and a note from the principal saying he was a transfer student. He looked like any other 5-year-old, a little small, quiet eyes, sat in the front row without being asked. First red flag was snack time. Every other kid had goldfish crackers or apple slices. Marcus pulled out a fruit that was bright purple and shaped like a star. It smelled like cinnamon and rain. A girl named Sophie asked what it was. Marcus said, "It's a stellar fruit. It grows on my planet." Sophie said cool and asked for a bite. It tasted like strawberries, apparently. Second red flag was during calendar time. I pointed to the date and said, "Who can tell me what month it is?" Marcus raised his hand and said, "On this planet, October. On mine, it's the season of second winds." I marked it down as a creative imagination. Kids say wild things. I moved on. Red flags kept coming. During story time, I read a book about dinosaurs. Marcus listened politely, then raised his hand and said, "The Triceratops actually had feathers on its frill. I can show you pictures if you'd like." I said, "Pictures from where, Marcus?" He said, "I took them last time I visited." During art class, he painted the solar system. Every planet was the correct relative size and in the correct orbital position. He included 3 planets that weren't in our textbooks. I asked him about those. He said, "Those ones are hard to see from here. You'll find them in about 90 years. His math was perfect. Not kindergarten math, all math. He could multiply 3-digit numbers in his head, but he couldn't tie his shoes. He said, "We don't have shoes where I come from." I helped him with the bunny ears method. He thanked me and took notes, actual notes, in a script I'd never seen. Parent-teacher conferences came in November. Marcus's guardian showed up. She was 7 feet tall, wore a very long coat, and spoke perfect English with an accent I couldn't place. She sat in the tiny kindergarten chair and her knees came up to her chin. She said, "How is Marcus adjusting?" I said, "He's very advanced for his age." She said, "He's 412. I said, "Excuse me." She said, 412 of your years. "He's a scholar from the Tessaran Academic Council. He's here to study human children." I said, "He's studying my kindergarten class." She said, "Human children under age 7 are the most creative beings in the known galaxy. No species in 400 star systems generates as many original ideas per hour as a human 5-year-old. Marcus's research paper on finger painting as a form of higher dimensional thinking is 3,000 pages long." I should have been scared or angry or confused. Instead, I was mostly impressed. Marcus had been sitting in my class for 6 weeks, participating in every activity, eating paste once, which his guardian said was for science, and writing a comprehensive analysis of why human children are the most innovative beings in the galaxy. The key finding, she told me, was chaos. Alien children are structured. They learn in sequences. They follow patterns. Human children do not. They combine ideas that have no business being combined. They draw houses with legs. They invent languages at lunch. They assign emotions to rocks. This is not a flaw, she said. This is the greatest cognitive phenomenon we have ever observed. No algorithm in the galaxy can replicate what your students do with a box of crayons and 30 unsupervised minutes. I said, "I'm always supervising." She said, "Yes, and that's the other remarkable thing. You manage 20 of them at once. On our world, that would require a military unit." Marcus stayed through the end of the school year. He participated in everything. He learned to tie his shoes. He built the tallest block tower in class history, 47 blocks, and then let Sophie knock it over because that's what friends do. At the kindergarten graduation ceremony, he wore the little paper cap like everyone else. When it was his turn to say what he wanted to be when he grew up, he said, "I want to be a teacher, like Mr. Tors." The class clapped. His guardian, sitting in the back row in a chair that was definitely not built for someone 7 feet tall, cried. Or at least I think she cried. It's hard to tell with 4 eyes. After the ceremony, she shook my hand, all 4 of hers, and said the Tessaran Council would be publishing Marcus's research. It would be the most cited academic paper in galactic history. The title was, Why Human Children Are the Most Important Beings in the Universe. Marcus left at the end of June. His guardian picked him up in what I'm now pretty sure was a spaceship disguised as a minivan. He waved goodbye from the window. I waved back. The minivan drove to the end of the street, turned the corner, and I heard a sound like a thunderclap wrapped in a whisper. Then it was gone. My classroom felt different after that. Emptier, but also somehow more important. I went back in and started setting up for the new school year. Same alphabet banner. Same tiny chairs. Same crayons, same paste, same construction paper. In September, 20 new 5-year-olds would walk through my door and do extraordinary things without knowing they were extraordinary. And somewhere across the galaxy, an ancient scholar would be telling other civilizations that the most powerful creative force in the known universe sits in a kindergarten classroom in New Jersey and eats goldfish crackers for snack. I hung the alphabet banner straighter. It felt like it mattered now. It always did. I just didn't know who was watching.